Welcome to the Parthenon. This is one of the birthplaces of democracy, one of the most important buildings in the entire world. And I am going to be showing you a 360 video as we walk outside in order to enjoy it. We're right at the very last people coming out, so enjoy the empty sights of the Parthenon. Yeah, thank you. All right, so look at that. So right down there is the Acropolis. This is the Parthenon. It is a building that has an optical illusion where you think it looks straight, but it's actually slightly bent. And as we descend down the Acropolis, we're going to see a few more amazing architectural marvels. And also marbles, because most of these buildings are made out of marble. So let's enjoy it. Now in the live video, I showed most of this area, and I've shown the entrance from the Acropolis Museum. We're going to see the other exit down here. So it's absolutely magical to visit the Acropolis towards the afternoon because you catch the sunset. If you come here more towards springtime, you'll definitely see the sunset. Here we're just as the sun starts to set, and the entire lighting on these buildings is drenched in a beautiful golden glow. So as you can see from this angle, the Parthenon looks completely straight, but it isn't. All the columns also look perfectly symmetrical and even and equal in both width and distance, but they aren't. There are columns that are a little bit heavier and wider, and there's columns that are a little bit more sparsely apart. Same thing with the reliefs on top, which is rather kind of mind-blowing that these ancient architects made an optical illusion to make it look completely perfectly straight. Absolutely amazing. Now, there was a huge frieze on top that depicted Athena, Poseidon, and the rest of the gods. Also, the other side depicted Athena being born from the head of Zeus, and that was unfortunately confiscated by the Scottish Lord Elgin, whose name is Thomas Bruce, and he took it back home. And in order to pay back the debts of his restoration efforts here, he decided to sell those marbles to the British Museum. And they're still there to this day. So let's walk through this beautiful grand entrance. And be sure to look up. So we have some Doric columns, no base, very simple top. Usually it's three main types of columns: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. And here we see Ionic. There's a base, and there's a more fancy.
Hello, please. Excuse me, you have to proceed to the exit.
Now, the only frieze that depicts a real historical event, because most of them are depicting mythological events, is this one over here, the Temple of Nike. It depicts the Battle of Marathon, which was one of the main battles that made Athenian a power in this local region against the Persian Empire. Some of the reliefs are still visible. Now, according to legend, King Aegeus watched from this very temple towards the port of Piraeus, waiting for his son to come back. His son was Thebes. I might be mispronouncing that. According to a deal that they had, if his ship came back with black sails, he would be dead. If his ship came back with white sails, he would be coming back alive. The ship came, and he saw it from this very temple, and it came back black. And fortunately, he ended up throwing himself into the ocean. My video was playing in my pocket. So he threw himself into the ocean, and that's where we get the name of the sea, the Aegean Sea, after King Aegeus. They want people stopping to take photos. We're very strict with closing time, and maybe if we're lucky, we're gonna see the military come in, because I think they come in for the flag. Gotta get that one last selfie. Oh my god, look at the views. Breathtaking. The sun is already beneath the clouds. Soon mountains. Temple of Nike. Or Nike if you want to sound very American. I'm not sure how they pronounce it in ancient Greek.
Thanks for your visit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Attenzione ragazzi, piano.
Attenzione, si scivola. No, non si sente così.
People are about to slip. So the floors that you see below us are marble floors. They're not original, I think. They're part of the restoration, but they're very slippery. Some of them are marble, some of them are other types of rock. So a lot of the things you're seeing here, actually, this is the Roman extension built in around 240 AD. And the Romans came over and, of course, conquered Greece. And they built a lot of different architecture around here, including the theater. This is right down there. People are photobombing me like crazy. To me, I just don't even notice it. Beautiful trees all around, and oh, you're about to see the exit over here.
Scommetti che li ho cavati dentro. Devo rifarlo un po' di volte. Gli strumenti che le fa sicuramente ci
Oh, che carino!
vedi che c'è la X.
So here are the military is parked, and they go inside right after the Parthenon officially closes. And the great thing is there's always like a busker over here. So let's end this 360 video tour right by the busker. Actually, I'm not ending there. Because there's one little thing I want to point out. So let's pass the busker and I'll point out one extra historical site that's right over here, right outside the Acropolis. Now, most of Greece is right now Orthodox, Christian, Greek Orthodox. Right over here, up these steps. Let's take them and see a great view, but also a very important site when it comes to Christianity. Let's go upstairs. These stairs, very precarious.
No.
Oh, there we go.
But maybe they're down that way.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing, especially with the sunset. See this?
It's not like
Oh, so right down there, straight ahead, I gotta find a new spot to stand. So right straight ahead was the official birth of democracy. Right down there is where the not elected, the randomly chosen official citizens of Athens met up right over there. Here we have an observatory. Ancient, oh, very old observatory. Not ancient, but very old. And now this area is very important because as the Roman Empire was subjugating the early Christians, St. Paul came and did a pilgrimage all around this area of Greece. And he was spreading Christianity. It was the very first seeds of modern day Greek Orthodoxy. And he passed through these very areas himself, according to the story. Of course, there's not that much evidence for it, but there's at least some reason that Greek Orthodoxy is here, and for so many centuries. And we're seeing also a lot more of the ruins down there as well. So beautiful, magnificent views from up here. Let's go high above. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in through this bonus 360 video. If you're watching this before it's posted publicly, thank you to all the super urbanists for contributing to this broadcast. And I'll see these 360 videos when they're available immediately when I make them. You can become a supporter yourself, a super urbanist on patreon.com/urbanist. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Kalispera everyone. everything.